I just got back from the oil change place, Jiffy Lube, and it was supposed to be $50, but somehow it ended up being $60. And then I was like, well, I went ahead and changed my oil. Let me go ahead and top off the gas tank. And you're talking about where I'm driving a little tiny truck, a little 4-cylinder, you know, Nissan Frontier. This is like the cheapest, least expensive, probably truck you can get. You know, one of the least expensive vehicles. It's a little 4-cylinder automatic. You know, it has an extra cab. That's it. So I just spent $60 on an oil change, and now I just topped off. I spent $35 on fuel just to top it up. So I spent about $100 before I even went to work here. So now, if you have an electric vehicle, you wouldn't need an oil change. And luckily, they try to talk me into an air filter and, you know, transmission flush and all this other stuff, but of course I said no. Do my own air filter change. They wanted like $40, almost $40 to change out my air filter. I can go order them on Amazon probably for like $10, you know, or whatever. Even at the Napa, I can probably get them for $15. Anyway, but in the future, when you drive like electric vehicles, like, you know, I have a Nissan Leaf. I haven't had any maintenance at all. Just about in like 5 years. I bought a used Nissan Leaf. It had 40,000 miles on it. Now it has like 90-something thousand. I did change the cabin filter. Didn't really need to. I put tires on it every 2 years. 2 tires. Windshield wiper blades, front and back. And I added a little coolant to it. But other than that, I haven't had any maintenance at all in like almost 50,000 miles. So anyway, I just said that to say this. Once you drive an electric vehicle, and then I don't have to go to the gas station. All I do is plug in at night, and then I wake up and I have enough energy to pretty much run me all day. So it's so much more convenient, so much less maintenance. It's cheaper. It's just all around just a better experience, you know. You don't have to go to the gas station. You don't have to go to a Jiffy Lube. You don't have to go to the parts store. You know, you just you get tires every once in a while and windshield wiper blades. And my buddy owns a tire shop, so I don't even have to get any tires. I can just go over there, and tires are cheap. On my Nissan Leaf, I can get them off Amazon for like $50. So a used tire is $35, brand new is $50. It's like, you know, unless I have a flat tire and I need a tire right away, I end up just buying, you know, 2 or 4 tires at a time. I'm thinking about just buying a few extra, have on the shelf, so that way whenever I need them, I just, you know, have them. I don't have to wait for shipment. So, but once you have an electric vehicle, and then you have a gas vehicle as well, you appreciate all those things that, you know, of course both of them have, but I'm so leaning so much more towards electric vehicles now that, you know, if you have both, and the reason I'm driving the truck is because when you're doing estimates, there's kind of like, people expect you to show up in a truck. If you show up in a car, I don't think they take you quite as seriously, you know. So sometimes, even though I don't really like driving this truck, and it costs me a little bit more for fuel and maintenance, I have it. It's nice to have as far as delivering firewood, because most people in Florida don't really use that much firewood. So if I fill up the back of this little truck, it's plenty. It's like I can put 8 wheelbarrows of firewood in this truck, and that's quite a bit of firewood. And of course, it doesn't cost quite as much fuel as to deliver it. In this, you know, because I drive it like a grandma, and I don't do many deliveries. So, and it's small, I can get into tight areas, but I cannot wait till I get my electric truck, man, because I am not going to miss going and changing oil. I'm not going to miss going to the gas station. I'm not going to miss going to Napa or auto parts stores, or just paying out the tail for these maintenance costs. And I keep up my maintenance, so you know, it's not like I'm having huge major repairs, but every once in a while you have a starter, alternator go out, and you have a bunch of vehicles with lots of moving parts. Eventually something breaks, and eventually you're gonna come out of pocket. So I've been pretty good with this truck. I haven't had many big repairs, but I know 181,000 miles, we're going to start to have alternators, starters go out. I just replaced the battery not too long ago. But Nissans are usually pretty good vehicles, but they've had some transmission issues. That's why I try not to pull anything with this truck unless I absolutely have to. But I cannot wait. If you guys have a chance to drive an electric vehicle, borrow one, rent one, anything, because a lot of these companies are coming out with electric vehicles, and you don't have to buy them, they just want you to drive them. Get out there and drive an electric vehicle and see, and you'll see, once you own one or once you drive one, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just so much better for everybody. All right, guys, thanks for listening to me ramble, and I'm off to work. Have an awesome day.